Welcome to the second podcast of Shekhani Group presents PROCOM' 2025. Today, we have been joined by two distinguished guests from Logiciel Services, a leading US-based fintech company. Joining us are Haaris, who is Chief Operating Officer of Logiciel Services, and alongside we have Adeel Kaazmi, who is Chief Technology Officer of Logiciel. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
I think we should just dive into, let's start with the basics. Can you tell us what Logiciel does and its role in the fintech industry?
So Logiciel is a technology provider in fintech industry. We deal with high performance and low latency softwares, and we provide our customers a platform where they can execute their trades in US market at a very rapid pace. We provide back office systems, trading platforms, different other applications, both mobile, web-based and desktop applications. And we have customer base expanded throughout the globe.
Yep. And you having customer base throughout the globe comes with its own challenges. So we focuses on providing our customers solutions that have a competitive edge, even if they are not in US markets. If you talk about latency between different regions of the world, you will get to understand that it is in milliseconds. But in stock markets, specifically in US stock market, milliseconds are eternity. So we are required to focus on low latency solutions as well. So we try to provide a competitive edge to our customers through our software, cutting edge software to be exact.
Oh, that's great. Since you mentioned low latency, I would like you, if you could break that down to our audience who would like to know, who are not very familiar with these terms. So if you can brief them.
I think Adeel will tell about the HFT, high frequency trade. What is it actually?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So since you mentioned low latency, so I would let Haaris to comment on low latency solutions a bit more. But there are two parts to it. It's not really just low latency. It is high frequency as well. So you arrange your network infrastructure in such a way that you can be low latent. But high frequency trading comes with its own challenges. So high frequency trading is actually trades happening in a very rapid pace, very, very rapid pace. And sometimes it is in sub-microseconds. So the frequency of trades happening in the market is huge. For that, you need to make sure that you provide best of the algorithms that works best. You need to introduce all the concepts where high algorithms are running at a pace where it can meet the market needs. The market moves in a very rapid fashion. You need to take decisions based on market movements. And in high frequency trading, all the things are done through algorithms. So no human interactions are being done there. So you can imagine the system's taking decisions. It needs to be fast there. So,
and low latency softwares are the ones that makes it possible to do high frequency trading, because those softwares are especially built for this purpose. And even fraction of a second is important, and we basically work and research to make such softwares, and even if we can manage to get a fraction of a second better than our competitor, so we go for that, we do that, we implement that, and we are evolving and improving with those kind of softwares every day.
Yep.
Oh, so that sounds like a high stakes industry then. So what are the key dynamics of the online trading market in the US today, since you mentioned?
Yeah, so basically the key dynamics are in US market, it's very important that you stay ahead of the competition, right? So there are a lot of players in the market at the moment, but you need to constantly keep researching. Research is, the number one priority. You need to be ahead of the game. You need to know the regulations. You need to know what's new in the market, like how the clearing firms are operating, how different brokerage houses are operating, what is the new technology that is coming in the trading industry. People are moving towards blockchain, new kind of risk algorithms, and the everyday trading is evolving, and it's a true challenge for any organization who is operating in this domain to keep upgrading their systems, to keep abreast with what industry needs at the moment, And yeah, so that's how Logiciel is also operating.
Yeah, and one factor that I would like to mention here is that everybody in this domain, every competition that we have as a software solution provider, they're all investing in AI specifically. So they are trying to make their own GPTs. They are trying to make their systems more sophisticated by using the predictive analysis there, so that they are ahead in the game and they can predict data points before they are going to happen. So obviously we want to invest in that as well. So the industry is moving towards more predictive analysis and AI usage in trading platforms.
So if things are getting this complex that you mentioned, do you find that finding right talent in Pakistan, is that a challenge that's posed to Logiciel services?
That is a challenge. That is indeed a challenge. So the gap between university curriculum and the needs of industry is huge, I would say. So we often find a very, very, very smart student with theoretical knowledge, but he is not exposed to the complex architectures that we live in. He's not exposed to the mindset of high frequency trading. So when you think about there is a CPP con that I would suggest everybody should look at, is where microsecond is an eternity. So that sums up the trading systems mindset. So we find a huge gap between what universities produce. So they have the theoretical knowledge. Students are brilliant in their theoretical knowledge, I must tell you that. But it's hard for them to adapt and have the high frequency mindset very quickly. So that's something that we face every day. So we have a very custom defined induction program. We need to explain them. We need to train them. We need to explain them the best practices that we have in this area. So these are the challenges that we have, specifically students coming directly out of colleges.
I think Adeel rightly mentioned that the talent is there. Pakistan has a lot of raw talent. In our university, we have students who are no less than any other university in the world. But the main problem is we don't focus on soft skills. We don't focus on building them as a professional. Because in the industry that we are operating in, it's a very pressure situation environment. I mean, you face a pressure situation every day. You are in a different challenge every day. You need to think out of the box. You need to do critical thinking. You need to do critical problem solving. That's where our youth is not trained. They don't know how to do that. They don't learn it during their university period. I think that's the challenge that we are facing right now when we need more and more people in Pakistan. So when we hire the fresh graduates, people who are already working in Pakistani companies, so we face this kind of challenges.
And I think the major reason is exposure.
Yeah.
Though we have a global community now, open source solutions are there, but let's be honest with each other. Student does not contribute in the open source contributions as much as they should be. So just focusing on the curriculum is one thing, but you need to stay updated. You need to know where I want to go, and you need to understand that how my skill set will be used in any organization where I go in.
So what about the side which is on the operations? What challenges do you face there?
As I said, it's a new challenge every day. So it's a whole different set of operations in fintech industry as compared to any other industry or any other software development company. So this domain has high stakes. So if you do anything wrong, billions of dollars, millions of dollars are at stake, right? If you go wrong, if your software is not operating properly, it's going to cost you and your client, some $1 million. So that's where the pressure comes in. That's where you need to focus on what you're doing. That's where you need to know exactly in which direction you need to take the right steps, how you need to do the decision making. Decision making is very important in this domain as well, because you need to take right decisions at the right time, and you need to build that ability over time by acquiring more and more business knowledge, by handling more and more pressure situations. And that's where I think people who we hire in Pakistan are lacking, and we have to train them. We have to get them to a level where they can operate in such situations.
Yes. So in operations, as Haaris mentioned very rightly, that decision making is a very important factor, but adaptability is very important there as well, because you need to adapt to the new situation that you are in, and this fast-paced environment asks you to move or being lean and agile at the same time and adapt to the situation as quickly as possible. And decision making is not something that you can learn without practicing it.
Yes.
So you need to do it with the low stake problems, and you do decision making. Unfortunately, decision making is not something that we focus on in our education life. Even the faculty I'm going to join is decided by some of my uncles or my family or somebody. So that is something that we do not really practice here in Pakistan. So for that, we definitely do the trainings and allow them to practice the decision making there.
So speaking of students coming out of Pakistan-based universities, so what do you think universities need to work over, especially speaking of academics, the curriculum?
Oh, for sure they need to do collaborations with industry. For sure that needs to happen. So I visited FAST. I was lucky enough to visit FAST in the past with Tim Connolly, the founder of Logiciel, and we kind of talked about how we can start shaping the curriculum in the way that we think the global markets are moving and fintech is moving. So we were lucky enough to have meetings with Jawad and Rafi sir. So we were lucky enough to discuss those things with them. And I think the most important is aligning yourself with industry needs. So that's the most important thing that needs to be done in universities. Doing memorandum of understandings with different sectors of industries that we have. So that is something I think is the most important part here, that the universities can offer.
And definitely there is a huge gap, because our universities do focus on curriculum. They do focus on how you need to learn the theoretical knowledge, but they're not aligned with what industry is doing at this time. Where are we moving towards? So there is a need that universities and colleges do more interactions like this platform we have of PROCOM'. Things like this will give a lot of exposure to the new talent, to the new blood, because these are the people who will be sitting in those organizations in future, and they'll be the decision makers. They'll be sitting at a level where they have to go through all these situations that we are going right now. So I think this is the right time where a university graduate has all the theoretical knowledge, and now he's ready to take off from the platform of their university. And the university has this responsibility that they provide them an environment where they can interact with industry leaders, different firms, people who are operating in different domains, and they learn from it before they actually get launched into that industry and they start getting into the practical life.
Okay, so given the situation that you have just mentioned, what are some opportunities that Pakistani students have as of now?
I think there are a lot of opportunities, because after COVID, I think a different landscape has opened throughout the world. people are working remotely. We found new ways of hiring people. I mean, there are no offices. The concept of offices was there previously before COVID, that people have to come office, and if people are not coming to office, that means they're not working. But that has completely changed. People are hiring remotely. There's a concept of officeless organizations where people are working remotely, collaborating through different tools. And in Pakistan as well, there are a lot of freelancers who are doing jobs for remote companies, international firms. I think in 2023 and 24 only, there was a 24% increase in the software exports in Pakistan, which is all-time high. It reached to $3.2 billion. So I think there's a huge opportunities for Pakistani students to interact with global firms and to start working there.
I would fully agree with Haaris that there are opportunities. For sure, there are opportunities. And if you look at the statistical numbers that come out, so Pakistan is number 4 in freelancing. So we are doing some stuff there, obviously. From the opportunities perspective, I want to give you some insight at how we operate in. So we are a US-based company and we focus in US market, but our hub is Karachi, Pakistan. And if you ask me for a specific niche, specific area where we need to find some C++ developers, we Logiciel goes to Romania, Germany, Greece, Serbia, and those part of and sometimes Ukraine as well. So it is indeed a global community, software global community. So I would say definitely there are opportunities. Definitely there are opportunities. It's just that the right skill set is needed there. And when you start looking at open source platforms, you get to understand where the industries are moving, specifically in terms of solutions and infrastructure updates that are being made overall in different industries. So definitely there are opportunities. I can for sure tell.
So how do you think, how has the IT sector of Pakistan grown so far, and what does this mean to young professionals, students especially?
Well, I think IT is one of the sectors that has shown growth in Pakistan. I'm not at all, I would say I'm an optimistic person, and I see Pakistan as a growing nation. And IT sector is one of the hope for Pakistan at this point, I think. As I mentioned, there's been 24% increase in our IT exports, so which itself shows that we are growing in this domain. And we have the talent, we have the right people. It's just that they don't have the enough exposure. I think the universities, the companies who are operating in Pakistan, they need to collaborate more and build more platforms where students can, get exposures. They would get exposure of the technology, not only the technology, but they would know what are the right firms, what are the right organizations throughout the world that have the right opportunities for them, that they can go and work and display their talent there. So I think that's the only thing that's stopping us, that we don't have the right channels, we don't have the right people who can guide us through the right path.
Yeah, but I think we are moving in the right direction. I must say we are moving in the right direction. There are certain programs that have been started by even government, so presidential research programs that are there, and we get grants. Universities like FAST also run research programs, and they have dedicated labs for research programs, and we have now identified that how you can commercialize certain models and then make them self-sustained. That's something that we have started to understand and started to learn. So I think the growth is there, the direction is there. Hopefully you'll get there.
what specific areas within the IT industry would sound or would seem more promising, especially to the newcomers in this very field?
Okay. Specifically in the fintech industry, I would say they should focus on the latest technologies. Definitely, they should spend more time on AI. How is it reshaping the whole industry? Cloud computing. As I told you before, that we are working on low latency software. So what are those tech stack that are used for building low latency softwares? That's more important for the fintech industry. So I think that's more exciting as well for our new generation. Plus, they should focus on these factors if they want to get a good career in the fintech industry.
If we want to focus on fintech only here, so there is a huge opportunity, or I would say there is a huge, still there is a huge gap there in financial industry where decision making is not automated as of now. So you need to have a supervision by a human being, otherwise it can go south. But I think soon the industry will move into direction where the bots and algorithms will be doing the job of trading, and financial market movements will be happening based on automated decisions that are happening in the past. So I think in 2008 or 9, it started off with algorithmic trading more in the domain of financial industries. But the crashes that we experienced, the financial market experience, specifically the night algo crash that the financial market experienced, then the trend of algorithmic trading gets a bit slowed down. But now I think it is it will boom, and it will go in a direction where opportunities will be created for all of us. As Haaris mentioned, AI will be complementing for sure.
So how is Logiciel trying to involve all of these things into the fintech industry? How are you guys driving more advancement into fintech?
Oh, that is very nice. So Logiciel is a very, very innovation-centric company. We are a very, very innovation-centric company. Believe it or not, we look for every microsecond that we can get out of our system's performance. So we do a continuous research, and we do regression testing of our system. We do what-if analysis of our system. We do a lot of innovation around these areas where software performance and infrastructure performance is important there. So we invest heavily in innovation, heavily in innovation. Logiciel focuses on innovation, and I think the belief that we have is that if you allow people to innovate and let them create things, they do wonders for you. So innovation is something that we are focused on, and I think that will keep us running, and that will keep us be the distinction in this comparative landscape.
Innovation is definitely the key, but I think another edge that we have is the structure of the organization, how it's a structure. So that basically allows us to be very agile. Even with a huge client portfolio, we are able to deliver things very quickly. We are able to make changes very quickly. We are very agile as an organization. So I think that's a plus as well. So with innovation, with using latest technologies, we also have the operational efficiencies. So I think that's what gives Logiciel an edge over its competitors, and that's what needed in actually fintech industry, because it's very time critical, operational sensitive kind of environment.
So should I say that agility is how you are staying ahead into the competition? Should I say
definitely.
So it that way? All right. So what career opportunities is Logiciel offering to the professionals here and if we speak particularly of PROCOM 2025.
Oh, that's nice. So I will be very specific because I have very specific needs in technology areas specifically. So we need students who are good in data structures and algorithms, who are good at problem solving, who understand the complex problems and be able to divide those complex problems into smaller, simpler problem and then club all of them into one system so that it solves the complex problem. We are looking for from core C++ or even FPGA based developers to the data and AI engineers that we will be hiring out of PROCOM. I must tell you that. So we have a lot of openings in 2025 around multiple areas. It starts from C++ and it ends at data and AI. It is in product management areas as well. It is in operations as well. Haaris may talk about it more. We have opportunities in QA and automation. We take pride in automating all our testing suites. We have opportunities for all the domains that we may think of.
Yeah. And we need people who are critical thinkers, who can think out of the box, who can create new solutions to old problems. So I would like to invite more and more people through this platform from fast universities to come and give interviews for Logiciel, because there are a lot of opportunities not just in development, but we have different other departments as well. So we have technical support department, we have level 3 support, we have level 2 support, where we need people who can understand the business, who can think differently, who have the technical abilities as well, but who are smarter in making decisions. We need people who can understand and analyze data, because in this industry, data is everything. We have huge amount of data every day through our trading platforms that needs an analysis, that needs to be, understand through. We need to understand market trends and everything. So that happens through the data. So we need data engineers, we need support staff, we need operations staff, we need business people, we need product managers, we need product managers, product owners. So there's a lot, that we are offering to the youth. So I think Logiciel itself offers a lot of opportunities, in different domains, in different business sectors in this industry. So I think that's what
lastly,
it is.
what advice would you give to students who are looking to enter PROCOM and particularly trying to look for a position into fintech industry?
In fintech, I think the advice that I would like to give is technology and having a technical knowledge, that's the basic. But on top of that, you need to work on yourself. You need to learn the problem solving. You need to learn how to think differently. You need to learn soft skills. You need to work on how you can handle the pressure situations. And I think that's where students need to go extra mile other than their usual curriculum. They should attend seminars, work on your personal skill set as well, rather than just focusing on the technology.
Yeah, and I think I agree with whatever Haaris said, but one piece of advice is invest in yourself. Prioritize yourself, because investing in yourself is very important. Sometimes do things because university is making sure that we study, that's why we are studying. I would suggest that people start thinking about themselves, where they want to be, where they see they're heading, and then start investing, making plans and investing in yourself. That's the advice.
So as Simon Sinek says, find your why. Why are you doing this? So that's the starting point. Yep. So when you find that why, then you do everything to make that why possible for you.
All right. So any final thoughts to this discussion?
Well, I think it's been a great experience to be here. I think you are a very good host.
Oh, thank you so much for the compliment.
So I think I enjoyed being part of this podcast. And from Logicel's platform, I would just like to convey this message to all the students who are studying in FAST that Logicel has always been interested in hiring young, new talent who are interested in making good career in fintech industry. And we not just offer competitive salaries, we offer a competitive career. And we have a lot of opportunities in Pakistan and abroad as well. So I would like to encourage them to come to Logicel, apply on our website, to our HR email address, and endless opportunities we have for those young people.
Yeah, and I would say it was a very insightful talk that we had. Yeah, so it was good. It was good. Overall, it was good. Logicel has always been and will always be a people-centric company. So we want to invest in people, and the best we have seen is that when we get students directly out of college, investing in them has always paid off for us. Has always paid off for us. With this comparative landscape that we have, in just 5 years, the growth Logicel has seen, it was not possible without the people that we have in Logicel. And the average age in Logicel is 27, 28 years, which is very young. And that includes Haaris and me as well. So we are the outliers in that average age numbers. But we focus there, and I think investment in the young, fresh out of college students is something that we have always cherished and we have always enjoyed. That we are surprised in most of the cases that how a very fresh student, by just 6 months or a year's training, able to handle products independently, dealing with international clients, dealing with international stakeholders and talking to them and making decisions and not even thinking twice. So that's something we have enjoyed and we will continue to do.
It was nice having you both, and thank you so much for taking the time and being here on campus for this insightful conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are looking forward to hosting Logiciel service here on FAST Karachi campus on the 18th and 19th of February over PROCOM' 2025. See you all there.